Okay, Jay, are you here with me?
I'm right here, Kisha, ready when you are. Let's jump in and make this feel like the real deal. Whenever you start, I'll follow your lead.
Okay. Welcome to Women Over 40 Losing Weight. I'm Dr. Kisha Pickford, nurse practitioner, holistic nutrition weight loss coach, and the founder of Ample Health and Wellness. This podcast is for women in their 40s, 50s, and beyond who are tired of dieting, tired of starting over, and ready for a sustainable approach to weight loss that actually works with their bodies and not against them. If this sounds like you, you're in the right place. Now, last week, we broke, broke down what's really happening inside your body. We talked about estrogen shifts, insulin resistance, cortisol, thyroid changes, and how all of that contributes to stubborn belly fat after 40. But today, part two is where we fix everything. We fix it. And Jay, last week, you said, okay, but what do we actually do?
Exactly. So let's start right there. If insulin is one of the key drivers of belly fat, how should women actually eat to keep that blood sugar balance?
Insulin is a driver. And first, we have to stop eating like we're 25. After 40, the goal is blood sugar stability. And that means 25 to 35 grams of protein per meal, fiber at every meal, carbs paired with a fat, never eat them naked, and stop skipping meals and then overeating at night because insulin is a storage hormone. We cannot spike it all day long with coffee and pastries, crackers, or fruit only smoothies.
So basically, it's not about cutting carbs out entirely, it's about pairing them smartly. What's an example of that balance on a plate?
Some examples can include eggs and greens instead of cereal by itself, Greek yogurt with berries and nuts instead of just fruit, chicken salad instead of crackers by themselves. Carbs are not the enemy, it's just all about chaos. You have carbohydrates with protein and fiber. And this is what we call food freedom and foundations in my Fresh Start framework. We build meals that support hormones and not fight them.
So when blood sugar stays stable, insulin isn't constantly signaling the body to store fat, especially around the belly. Makes total sense.
Correct. It does make total sense when we do it that way.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of metabolism, how should women over 40 actually train to fire that up?
You know, Women, we're guilty. I'm guilty too. We do a lot of cardio. We think we can burn it all away. And, that's part of our problem with why the fat and the weight loss is really not happening. After 40, muscle becomes your metabolic currency. So if we lose muscle, our metabolism drops, and we actually need this muscle to keep the metabolism going. So, strength training 2 to 3 times per week is a non negotiable, not hours on in a day's time, not bodybuilding, but resistance training is the key.
So, walking is good, but it's not enough on its own. You're saying that we need to pick up some weights and build that metabolic engine.
Yes, walking is excellent for stress and blood sugar, but walking doesn't preserve muscle the way resistant training does. We need strength training, daily movement like walking, and then we need recovery. Overtraining raises our cortisol levels, and undertraining slows our metabolism. The sweet spot is consistency.
So, we're not punishing the body, We're building it up in a way that works with it. All right, now what about cortisol? How do we reduce that without quitting life?
Now, this is the one that we need everybody to know. You know, you don't need a new life, you need better stress responses. And here's what lowers cortisol long term: when we get enough sleep, at least 7 hours each night, when we strength train, when we're walking after meals, 5-10 minute time frames, we're taking just simple deep breaths or doing some deep breathing exercises, and we're not chronically under eating. That contributes to a lot of stress when we do that. And we set boundaries. We learn how to say no. We learn how to say not now. We learn how to say, give me a minute. Because most women, they're doing all these things: under eating, overworking, and undersleeping. And that combination, it all screams store more fat.
So reducing belly fat or willpower, it's about smarter recovery, right? Now, what does resetting your environment actually look like day to day?
You know, this is a tough one too, because we are having so much to do, or we have so much responsibility. And we're a lot of times, a lot of us are in chaos. But resetting the environment, it means stop relying on willpower. If ultra processed snacks are visible, such as chips and cookies, you're going to eat them. But if protein is prepped and ready to go, you'll grab that first. But if it isn't, you'll skip it completely and you won't even think about it. Your environment strategy or your environment plan, it looks like this: protein visible in the refrigerator, washed and cut vegetables ready to go, pantry, you've done an audit and you've gotten rid of all the things that are just completely not good for your plan. And you're planning before hunger hits. You know exactly what to do, what foods to go to, and you keep high trigger foods out of sight. Willpower is not the strategy here. Your environment is all the strategy and the plan.
So to wrap it up, it's not about being perfect. It's about having a plan, balanced eating, strength training, smarter stress management, and a supportive environment. I love this.
Yes, sounds simple, and it can be if we just be intentional and get it done. And I want women to hear this clearly. Belly fat after 40, it's not a character flaw. It's a hormonal conversation. And once you understand the conversation, you can respond intentionally. And if this episode has helped you, share it. But if you want or need deeper support, my book, The Wait is Over, breaks this down even more. And inside our Fresh Start coaching program, we walk through this step by step, and you can visit and learn more about both of these options at amplehealthandwellness.com to learn more.
That's a wrap, Dr. Keisha. Part 2 delivered. We gave them the blueprint. I'll see you all next week for our next episode. Same time, same place.
Yes, we'll see you next week, same time, same place. And Jay, I want to add thank you so much for joining me. And to the audience, thank you so much for spending time with us today. I hope this conversation helped you feel seen, encouraged, and it reminded you that sustainable weight loss and getting rid of that belly fat is possible after 40. New episodes of Women Over 40 Losing Weight are released every Friday, so be sure to follow the show so you never miss an episode. And until next time, please give yourself grace, take care of your health, and keep moving forward. Bye for now.
That was fantastic.